Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice podcast here on a Wednesday morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. My name is Matt Peralt. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And this podcast being presented by DraftKings. After a 1-1 night last night, down 0.1. Paper cut, nothing too significant. We get ourselves a 1-1 night with the Lynx covering easily and the Sparks getting blown out by 20. So they don't cover the 9.5. That number ran all the way up to 11.5, 12. Didn't matter. Covered every number. A big win there by Connecticut. Bad performance by the Sparks. We had our first college football bet. That's UNLV +7. If you want the full breakdown for that game, go ahead and watch last night's video for you guys to be able to, or yesterday morning's video for you guys to get the full explanation for what is going on. This podcast is being brought to you by DraftKings. Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now. Use the code JUICE, that's JUICE, for new Pick 6 customers to play $5 to get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Guaranteed. Plus, they're going to give you a 1-month NFL Plus with Red Zone and the NFL Network only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-8789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions may vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.com. pick6.draftkings.com/promos. One per new customer. Reward issued as $50 in non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits and expire in 6 months. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at NFL.com/terms. Okay, let's get into tonight. So I've got another college football bet to give you guys for Friday night. 2 games on Friday night. And then 2 more WNBA games. Somebody asked me yesterday, Matt, why aren't you betting baseball? Well, look, I have lost so much betting baseball that I'm just going to let our season win totals play out, all right? And maybe that's a bit chicken, and maybe that's me not, being willing to really risk it here. But, you guys should be happy about this. I mean, I'm an awesome fade. So if you've been fading me in baseball, congratulations. But I'm really betting money here. So I'm pretty tired of losing money, to be frank. Update on our win totals. Red Sox have 73 wins, okay? We need over 77.5. So we need 5 more wins here for the Red Sox in about 17 games. So we should get there. I mean, should and will are maybe 2 different things, but that one should be a 1-unit win. We have the under in the Miami Marlins. That cashed. We're 1-0. We have the over 84.5 wins for the Cubs. Unlikely. Okay, they're 74-70 right now for the Cubs. I mean, for them to get 11 more wins, they've got 20 games. They have 18 games left. I mean, can they go 10-8? I guess so. Yeah, I guess they could go 10-8. So it's not totally dead, but we'll see what the Cubs wind up with. We've got the Diamondbacks. Over 83, I think it's over 84.5. Yeah, over 84.5 wins. They have 80. That's good. We're going to get that. And then Colorado, under 60.5 wins. They have 54 right now. So they're at 145. So what? We've got 17 games left for them. So we're on pace there. We could go 5-0. That's possible. We could hit all 5 bets. Hit all 5 bets. That's good. And then we're 5-0 there. Win 5 units. We cut deeply into our losses for baseball. And then we just go off and talk about betting playoff baseball, which is the next time I'll really bet baseball heavily. So just FYI on that. All right. Let's start with Vegas up against Indiana. The latest update on A'ja Wilson is that she could be out for a bit. She rolled her ankle. And she didn't play in the game against New York. And if she was going to play, she'd play against New York. This is Vegas on the road against the Fever. And you know what's going to come here, right? Crowds and 2-time defending champ. And this is going to be an awesome atmosphere. I mean, just an absolutely awesome atmosphere. So will we see it? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see A'ja Wilson. She missed the game. 75-71 was the final score for Vegas. 3 games in a row. all Vegas unders. They played Chicago at home, Connecticut on the road, New York on the road. Under 164 easily, 90 to 60, 90 to 71. I guess not easily, but under. Under 164 and a half, 72-67 the final. Under 67 and a half, 75-71. They've gone 2-1. They've won 2 games, but they've covered 6 straight games. So Vegas is laying 3.5, but without Asia Wilson, I don't think you can lay the number here. Okay, road favorite, Indiana, with how much hype's going to be in that building. Without Asia Wilson, I'm not back in Vegas, even though they're favored. I don't know if I believe in it. I mean, Indiana's been known to be a great first half team, so maybe fever in the first half, but I don't trust it at all. So without Asia Wilson, I cannot back the Aces to lay points on the road. However, the total is 177.5. If you look at the way Vegas has played, last 3 games have gone under. Now, last 5 games have gone over for the Indiana Fever. Without Asia Wilson, I just don't think we're going to see it. I mean, 24-12. Indiana is an over team, 24-12. That's why this number is 177.5. This number is too high. 177.5. You start looking at what the number has been. The last time these teams played was back on July 2nd. That game was played in Vegas. It was 179.5, and the game went under. This is 177.5. Without Asia Wilson, Vegas was laying 13 points in that game. They did not cover. No, sorry, they did cover. They did cover that. But I can't back an overplay here without Asia Wilson. I think the under is in play. Vegas is 7-3 to the under over their last 10 games. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to bet under 177.5 here for the Vegas Aces and the Indiana Fever. Under 77.5 at -110. Bet number 2 is Seattle and Los Angeles. We came in on the Sparks last night. The Sparks scored nothing. I mean, like nothing. They were horrific last night. Lost by 20 points. Got blown off the court. 86-66. They scored 66 points. I locked in this bet, and I'm guessing this bet's going to come down heavily here. 164.5 is the total, okay? Boy, oh boy, you've got a 14, 10-1 to the under Seattle team and a 15-10 to the under Sparks team. Head-to-head, the over has been actually pretty good. 7 of the last 9 times these teams have played, the over has come in. But for Los Angeles, their last 2 games have gone under. I mean, like way under. 161.5 was the, let's see, that was, no, the total for the game last night was 158.5. So, well, we'll do some quick math here. 14, yeah, it just came under. Wow, yes, 152. So that game went under last night. So the last 2 games have gone under for the Sparks. They're on a back-to-back up against a team in Seattle that doesn't play all that fast anyway. I'm going to come in with the same bet. Under 164.5 here. I don't think the Sparks are scoring very much. They're an under team on the year. They're 15-10 to the under, like I mentioned. 15-10-1 Seattle. Just keep it rolling with the under. Under 164.5 for Seattle, and the LA Sparks only scored 66 points last night. How many points are they going to score against Seattle tonight? Going to play the under. Under 164.5 for Seattle and Los Angeles. All right, let's talk college football. Friday night. We already gave you one Friday night dog. I got another Friday night dog. Why am I betting it now? I want the 7.5. I get over. Just like UNLV. And I really wanted to take UNLV and say, okay, I wasn't going to play around with UNLV because I thought the move might come on UNLV and drop it even lower than it was. I don't want to see it drop any more than it is here with Arizona on the road at Kansas State. That number is still 7, by the way, for UNLV in Kansas, so you can still get it right now if you want it. That might be the basement, but if it drops below 7 to 6.5, that's why I'm doing it now. This number is 7.5 for Arizona State and Kansas State, and I think we have to take a long, hard look at these. This is actually not a Big 12 game, which is somewhat stunning, if you ask me, because, well, it's going to be. It is a conference game, but it's actually not a conference game here tonight because it was scheduled before these 2 teams were supposed to get going against each other. So this number is going to come down. I think this number is going to be 7, or this number could be actually below 7. These offenses aren't good. I bet against Kansas State last week. Tulane covered. Tulane could have won the game. They were at home. This is K-State at home. Arizona had a tough time with the FCS team last week, but I'm not sure if they were showing very much. I think they may have been playing possum a bit, saying, okay, we got a road trip at Kansas State, nationally ranked team, which after watching Kansas State, I'm a little surprised that they're as highly ranked as they are. In fact, I'm a little bit on the suspect side of this when it comes to Kansas State, and I don't know what to make of this, to be completely honest. I think as we look at this season plays out, I have a ranked Arizona team on the road catching 7.5 against a ranked Kansas State team. There's a lot of transfers on that Arizona defense. I was saying Arizona State. Sorry, Arizona. There's a ranked Arizona team against a ranked Kansas State team. You have a lot of transfers on that Arizona defense. You have a Kansas State team that didn't look great against Tulane on the road. And I think the blueprint of how to beat Kansas State, if you're Arizona, slow the game down, okay? Stop the run, and then put everything and make them throw. Make K-State throw. Make them prove they can throw the football. I know this should be an awesome atmosphere at Bill Snyder Stadium, but Friday nights, it can be a little wonky. It can be a little bit on the screwy side. I think Arizona could come in and make a really big statement here. I think people are putting too much stock in the idea that last week Arizona didn't look great against an FCS opponent. And they're like, well, they couldn't move the football then, so I don't know if they can come and beat Kansas State. I don't know. Did you watch the K-State Tulane game? I mean, people were saying, like, they should have lost that game. It's true. They should have lost that game. I mean, the referees screwed Tulane. We didn't talk about that here in the podcast, but go back and watch that game. The referees screwed Tulane. Tulane should have won that game. Maybe Arizona gets the job done. I'm taking the 7.5. Arizona plus 7.5 on the road Friday night against Kansas State. All right. Our bets for today. Arizona plus 7.5 on the road at Kansas State on Friday night. The two bets for tonight, both in the WNBA. Under 177.5 for the Aces and the Fever. Under 164.5 for the Storm and the Sparks. My name is Matt Peralt. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast presented by DraftKings.